welcome back everybody to Let's Play Wario Land 4 for the Game Boy Advance. Last time we cleared up the Ruby Passage, and today we're starting with the toy-themed passageway, which is the Topaz Passage, starting with the Toy Block Tower. So, I'm trying a new control scheme for this next batch of videos. I'm actually going to go back to the GameCube controller and see how that goes. And considering that Wario Land 4 isn't as technically demanding as, say, Metroid Zero Mission would be in comparison, I figured, you know what, this isn't too bad. And oh my, the latency is already much better. Yeah, considering that Wario Land 4 isn't nearly as accurate in some cases outside of the boss battles, this actually kind of works out for this kind of playthrough, so maybe I should try switching up controllers more often, because, oh boy, like, as much as, you know, something like a GBA would work better for Metroid in comparison, it's just too small for my hands. Not even really that, but like the length of it just doesn't work, I think, especially when it comes to the trigger buttons, I think. And since you use the R button a lot in Wario Land 4, well, I think that speaks for itself. So, anywho, so the Topaz Passage, I feel kind of mixed about the levels in this passage overall. Aesthetically, they are cool. It's not every day you venture off into a literal toy box arsenal of levels, I'd say. But at the same token, this also kind of means that the levels we'll be playing are a lot more gimmicky in comparison to the other ones we've played thus far. And in the sense that, like, well, the Emerald Passageway was pretty fundamental in terms of, like, the kind of platforming you'd expect out of most other platformers. The Ruby Passage had more focus on puzzle solving. And this one definitely has more distinct gimmicks that carry over from level to level. And I won't lie, one of them is not something I'm entirely too fond of. And unfortunately, that's the next level up on our list, so, But, Toy Block Tower, basically the gimmick of this level is outside of setting up these blocks right here to create stepping stones, you're also having to collect these blocks or triangles or all of these different kinds of shapes, and you're using them to navigate the level. You use these for stepping stones, the circles can be pushed around, and the triangles can actually be used to open other doors. I think that's kind of cool, actually, and they're all played into different effects for each and every room. So we'll just have to see where that leads us, I suppose. Jesus Christ. Also, with these blocks right here, unlike most other blocks that you see, these have the weird tendency to float regardless of whether or not they're standing on top of a block. And you have to kind of rate these blocks in a way to where you keep the square airborne if you want to reach platforms like that. So I just thought I'd let you know. It's weird that the square has gravity, but these don't. So I guess it's kind of implied that they're imbued within the background rather than, you know, actually being floating blocks, but whatever. But yeah, Toy Block Tower. On top of this level having arguably like one of my favorite tracks in the entire game, this one definitely is within my top 3 of favorite levels in the entire game. I love all of the different puzzle solving applications that come within the different blocks you toy around with, and again, Wario Land in general is a series that thrives on puzzle solving, and some of these puzzles may not look quite surface level. So, for example, like earlier, we used these things to reach certain places, and now we actually have to make sure they don't drop on top of us getting that chest. It takes something that works off of basic physics or fundamentals, and it creates new creative challenges around them, and I love that. I love it a lot. So, this is an ability we've been running into pretty often. It's just that, like, most of the time when we do run into it, they're not really showcased well outside of the bonus stages, but this here is Fire Wario. Fire Wario is an ability that I keep messing up because I'm bad at video games. But basically, in this game, it works differently from Wario Land 3 in the sense that instead of it wearing down over time, Wario basically gets engulfed further and further the more you run into a specific wall. And I'll be honest, I like this more, actually. Mostly because the puzzle-solving applications that come with this trait are actually a little bit more creative than simply just making it within a certain goal within a period of time. As you can see here, this whole room is set up around the fire ability, and we're going to use this to break the blocks the further we go. And sometimes you want to face an entirely different direction as you're doing so. So that way you can actually reach certain heights in ways that you normally wouldn't, I'd say. Steer clear of these Wario Kart looking toy things, because these guys do have pokey little things in the front sides of their vehicles, and let's just say we wouldn't want to be poked by them. I love all the weird distinctive enemy designs in this game for sure. And let's just say the Topaz Passage definitely has the weirdest of the bunch so far. Like, we've had some pretty basic things like, you know, the goggle-eyed fish and the Emerald Passage, or like the mechanical based enemies and the Ruby Passage or the Spear Mask. But yeah, this is when things start reaching a pretty substantial level of weird. Let's just say that and leave it at that. Ah, shoot. Alright. I messed that up again, what the heck? I'm not even gonna blame the controller on that time. That's like completely on me. I'm like overshooting these jumps when I shouldn't be. There we go. I have to press it immediately. I see. I know there's a way you can reach that. I just have to toy around with this a little. Come on. Can I not get up there? What's up with this? Yeah, what the heck? Okay. Do I need to approach this from a different angle? Oh, pfft, that's all I had to do. Well, never mind me for being stupid. Alright, so this one's kind of fun to toy around with. Basically, what we want to do is that we want to get rid of these blocks, all the while getting this sphere over here to our goal destination. Give it a few bumps. And here we are. 1,000 coins here for the taking. I messed that up. On the other hand, though, I also kind of felt like the toy block tower was a bit too short, too. Because we're already about to hit the fog switch here in a sec, and, I definitely want to say, getting to the end of this, that the escape sequence isn't nearly as interesting as some of the other levels. Now, granted, this is the first level within the Topaz Passage, so I guess the balance here kind of makes sense, but, it definitely doesn't feel like it really takes the core concept of this level and puts it into as high of effect getting out of here as it does for the main bulk of it, unfortunately. If that was, a negative, I'd have to give this level looking back in retrospect. But, yeah, there's the frog switch. Don't forget this door right here. This level definitely has some easily missable treasure chests on the way back, so yeah. Oh. Okay. So basically, we gotta take this route back to the entrance, and it's a completely different route apart from what we've taken thus far. Generally speaking, you can't really mess this puzzle up, because unfortunately, if you do, that basically warrants a retry. And I don't mean leaving the room entirely. I mean restarting the level kind of retry. So like well, no, I think I'm looking at that one, because I know for a fact those blocks reset, but not every block resets whenever you leave and re-enter the room. It's weirdly dependent sometimes. Like, there are blocks in this game that have a tendency to respawn if you leave the room, but others are permanent, and it really just kind of depends on the visual design of them. Like the ones with the faces, for example, those respawn, but the basic like brown blocks, they disintegrate forever upon bashing them in. I see you. Don't you be resetting on me. But yeah, that's about the only pressure that comes with the escape sequence here is, do you want to get the CD or not? No? Cool. Then this should be a problem. And then the rest is pretty self-explanatory. God dang it, Wario, get in the freaking door. I know you're fat and chubby, but getting within a door shouldn't be a problem. Alright, and yeah, we just barely got the high score in this. Just barely. Alright, so, oh boy. This next level. Oh my goodness. I'm not a big fan of it. This is probably my least favorite level in the game. Conceptually, it's pretty cool. It's a lot more interesting of a concept than simply tossing a ball into a goal doomahickey thingy mabob and letting the level play out like that. The problem, it comes from, like, the rebounds of if you happen to mess up within some of these circumstances. So, yeah. Here is the gimmick of this level. So, this level is called the Big Board, and that comes with a reason behind it. So, this level kind of acts like a board game of sorts. Basically, you hit this thing, and you will fulfill a certain goal or prize, and you just have to pay attention to the bottom row of pictures here. Generally speaking, the game is kind enough to tell us which one we should get upon doing so. And this one is laid out in a way where we can't possibly mess this up. It's also kind of slow too, so if you get the timing down, you can hit the thing and time it in a way to where you get the right number you need moving forward, so it's not RNG. Thank God. Come on, Mario Party, step up your game. But the problem comes with when you mess this up. So there are situations where you're going to need to fulfill certain goals in mind whenever you're hitting the block. However, you only get 1 or 2 chances, and sometimes that ends up locking yourself out of the way of a chest, meaning you have to restart if you fuck up. Yeah, it's a fun gimmick, but when I'm having to restart the stage all over again just to do this, no. Absolutely not. That's a bunch of fucking horseshit. This is probably the only level in the game where I feel some kind of negative spite against because of that. Like, the only level I could truly say I dislike as a result of this, because, God, that is such a stupid gimmick. If you're trying, like, this would work for most basic platformer levels, but this is a Wario game, a puzzle platformer, where you are required to fulfill certain goal requirements before actually hitting the end of the level. And I'm sorry, that thing just doesn't fly when you have to go and revisit the level over and over again to fulfill these kind of things. It's dumb. I don't like that. It's very dumb. But of course, in spite of all of this, I always have something positive to say, and that is the aesthetic design. It really does look like a board game. Oh my god. This game is so gorgeous. Alright, so that was simple enough to get. So if I can keep up this momentum moving forward in this level, we shan't be able to get the goal within due time. Also, the music is really good, and it's so addicting. So let's see here. So that would take 6. And I got that perfectly. Let's go. Man, this new controller really is helping out for once. Like, I would complain so much about the GBA or the GameCube controller normally when playing GBA games, but man, I just have nothing but praise right now. Oh man. Get over here. Oh, did I actually miss that? I'm gonna get that for good measure. I wonder if you can actually toss these at... Oh, wow, you can. Okay. Ah! God damn it. Well, I mucked that up. So this next puzzle is kind of interesting. This time we want to actually break this block. But what's kind of tempting is that they put 3 black spinies here. And these guys are kind of special from the red ones, and that's primarily because you can only flip them over if you ground pound from a higher position, thus resulting in a super ground pound. These guys drop more coins than literally any other enemy in the game, and it's gonna be quite a temptation to fight if I want to, break these blocks and get these coins at the same time. So we'll see what happens. Oh, God damn it. Well, that sucks. God damn it, big board. Also, what the hell is this background even? What the heck is this background? hitting it too freaking early. I feel like you kind of have to hit it before the number you want. Like, say I'm wanting a 1, for example. I need to hit it when the 6 pops up. And given Wario's slower jump than usual in most platformers, like, well, I wouldn't even call it that slow, but it's like a bit floatier, if you will. Yeah, that's something to keep into consideration for sure when you're hitting these blocks. On top of that, the escape sequence at this level is also kind of infuriating, but we'll get to that in due time. Okay, yeah, I'm getting the timing down of this a little bit better. Come on. Oh, wow. Maybe I shouldn't have hit that. Whoops. Oh boy. Got ourselves a level to revisit already. Fun. Now this one, I believe, is for a CD. So... should be able to hit this block right here, and that'll lead... oh, of course. Bloody course. Now we're playing with guessing here. Ugh. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to restart this level. Jesus Christ. This is why I don't like this level. Well, let's hope I can at least get the high score before ending off this level, which I don't think I will, unfortunately, because of how things have played out in my outside of my favor so far. But we'll see in due time. So the gimmick of this level is you want to actually hit this thing up until you get to the end of like the roulette thing here. And of course I get the thing I don't actually want. Ah! And a lot of these things here are designed to waste your time too, so that certainly isn't helping things. So let's see. Okay, I actually do kind of want that though. Going well so far. I just had to open my big mouth. Okay, well, that works. And here we are. And then the rest of the level is a basic escape sequence, nothing more. Oh, man. Really wish I could have gotten that, though. Ah. Oh, wait. There's still hope. Let's give us just enough. Buddy, get over here. There we go. Oh boy. Not happy one bit. Not happy one bit. So, let's see if we can edge just enough coins. Probably not, but we'll just have to try. Was there anything up here? Oh, I already grabbed it. Never mind. Of course that thing had to be in my way. Bloody hell. And yeah, that is why the big board is my least favorite level in the game, because I just got screwed out of one-way paths, basically. I can't talk. Oh man, I miss so much. That fucking sucks. So what I'm going to have to do for the duration of this video is that I'm going to have to edit to where I actually do succeed in getting the right numbers. And with that, we'll be playing a much more tolerable level next. So let's do just that. Okay, thank God. Yeah, I couldn't really play with my chances there. Alright, this should be the right way to do it. There we go. A lot better this time. And with that, we have actually cleared big board. There we are. Give me that high score. Oh my God. And with that, that's going to be the end of part 7. Yeah, part 7. So, with that being said, next time we're going to tackle the next 2 stages of the Topaz Passage, Doodle Woods, and whatever lies within our wait beyond this door. So, see you guys then.